good here. It's almost time to start plating. Welcome to Cooking with Thomas. I'm Thomas. Today we're going to do some chicken parmesan eggplant. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get my stove going. I'm going to need two different pots because I got to put oil in both of them because I have, to do the eggplant and the chicken. You can do one and then put it in the microwave, let it stay warm, and then cook the eggplant or the chicken separately. You don't need a bunch of oil. You can use whatever oil you would like. You can use either canola or olive oil or vegetable oil, which is what I'm using. So I'm gonna put these actually on low. I just want them to start getting warm. I don't want to start scorching just yet. So then the next thing I'm gonna do is I got to peel my eggplant. So you just get the eggplant, figure out how big for your family, what you need. But I'm just gonna get an eggplant and I'm gonna start peeling it. All right, so I got all the eggplant peeled, and then I just cut the little ends off of the end. Don't cut it too thick, but make sure you're not cutting them too thin. Okay, so when I'm done cutting mine, I got 4 stacks of 4. So this right here, that eggplant made 4 of them. Again, like I said, they're not too thick and they're not too thin on them. So I take about 4 eggs and I beat up the eggs because you need to egg wash this so your breadcrumbs will stick to it. You can use any breadcrumb you would like. I use the roasted garlic panko, these right here. To me, panko just gives an extra crisp to it, and my family likes crispy chicken, crispy things. So, but yeah, you just go ahead and just make sure your eggs are nice and beaten. Some people like to put a little bit of milk in it, make it a little bit thinner. I do not. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab me a bowl, and I'm going to go ahead and take the panko out. So now that I have the eggs beaten, the panko in the bowl, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wash it in here. Just flip the eggplant over on it, dip it into the panko, and it doesn't have to be real thick. It can just be thin like that right there. Just a nice little coat. I have me an extra plate over here, and then I'm just going to lay them out. So there's the eggplant all coated in the panko. So now I have my chicken ready to go. Again, it's 4 pieces of chicken. You can use breast if you'd like to use breast. My oil's starting to get pretty warm over here, so it's almost about ready. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna grab me a pot for the pasta. So for the pasta that I like, you can do homemade, you can do whatever you like. So for the pasta, I use the pastaronis. If you watch one of my other videos, I like some of these rice-a-roni and pastaronis. They're super quick, and if you do them right, they're really good. But this is a Parmesan and cheese that way because it's chicken eggplant Parmesan. So we use this one right here. I do not, which I've already stated in other videos, my wife can't stand it, I do not follow these directions at all. So this one here calls for 1 1/3 water and 2/3 cups milk. I'm actually gonna put 1 full cup water, 1 full cup milk. Is what I'm gonna do. It leaves it a little bit creamier. If I have extra half and half or heavy whipping cream, I'll drop a little bit in there just to give it that little extra creaminess to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get this dropped into the pot. So again, you can go all out and do complete 100% homemade on everything, even your tomato sauce or your marinara, whichever way you want to call it. But I like the tomato Alfredo from our local grocery store. It gives you less heartburn, less reflux. So really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get this put in there as well. Because I like to have a lot of things seasoned. I take my Italian herb that I get at Sam's and I put it also inside the spaghetti sauce. And just put a little bit in there. You can put like 2 tablespoons or so just to I mean, the sauce is already seasoned. I just like a little bit extra season on mine. Okay, so it's just about to start everything. So now I'm gonna go ahead and get the chicken prepped. The same thing, just like the eggplant, you just wash it in the egg yolk. Put it into your breadcrumbs and get you a nice little coat on it. Like I said, nothing too dramatic. So my grease is popping over here, so I know that it's ready to start with the eggplant. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the eggplant on first. If you notice, I started breading the eggplant first, and the reason why I did that is so I didn't have no contamination with the chicken. So make sure you're watching your contaminations with your foods. Yeah, this is one of my daughter's favorite dishes. See, it's the weekend, and I normally barbecue on the weekend, but she kind of really wanted it. I haven't done it in a couple of weeks. This is one of her favorite ones, though. But I can get just about all these in here. I'm going to go ahead and give it just a sec, and then I'm going to go ahead and get my chicken going as well. See, at this point here, I mean, it doesn't take much time now to cook. So go ahead and get that chicken on there. Again, I'm not going to be able to put it all in at one time. So make sure that you're stirring your pasta. Make sure it's underwater. Especially if you use these box pastas, make sure you're continually stirring it. If not, they're going to stick together, and you don't want them to stick together. So you want them to get them nice and soft. That looks pretty good right there. Then I'm going to go ahead and give my sauce a little stir, because the sauce, you're basically just heating up your sauce. So, and stirring in. If you put any extra seasonings in, you're just stirring it up. You got to make sure that your oven isn't too hot, because you're not wanting to scorch these and burn them. You're wanting to cook them evenly on both sides, especially your chicken. You can dry out your chicken, especially with the breast. A lot of people are going to want to use breast, and you're more than welcome to use breast. If you've never tried a dish like this, or even fried chicken with thighs, I suggest trying it with it. I'll have some couple of fried chicken recipes, and the way I coat it is a little different than a lot of other people coating theirs. So again, I'm just gonna make sure everything's cooking correctly. On the eggplant, the big way to tell that an eggplant's done, that's gonna be a lot of people's questions, is how do you know if it's done? It's gonna be nice and soft in the middle. But right now, it's not gonna be nowhere near done, but I'm gonna flip one or two over to see how we're doing on the other side. Get them on different sides of the pot and just see how they're doing. Some of them are doing better than others. Let's give everything a stir. The chicken, you need roughly about 4 minutes on each side, and then you do it 4 times. So leave 4 minutes, flip it, 4 minutes, flip it, 4 minutes, flip it, 4 minutes. This can be done in 30 minutes time. It all matter how fast your chicken cooks or how thick your chicken is. Other than that, the prep is what takes the longest. So me personally, 20 minutes cook time and then 10-minute prep. I mean, it's a super easy dish. You can just knock it out. So I think it's just about time for me to flip the eggplant. I'm going to go ahead and take the lid off my pasta. And then I'm going to go ahead and flip the eggplant. See how it's looking. So if you have a pot that doesn't cook evenly, just make sure you're moving them around in your pot. After you flip them, make sure everything's getting nice and coated. Again, you don't need a lot of oil. Like me, in a sense, this is actually kind of probably too much oil, but so they do shrink a little bit. So as they start shrinking, I'm going to go ahead and I'll throw in my other ones. check my chicken. I want to make sure that it's not getting too burnt. So they're looking good. It's been about 3 minutes or so since I put them in. And that's the only reason why I flip them, is I don't want them too crispy. I do want them crispy, but not too crispy. Even though my daughter says there's no such thing as too crispy. Again, make sure you're stirring your noodles. I'm going to go ahead and turn my noodles down a little bit. I don't want them drying out whatsoever. So again, your chicken's going to shrink as well a little bit. So once it gets to a certain point, if you have extra chicken, you can go ahead and throw your extra chicken on it. Just like that right there. Just keep track of where your extra chicken is. So this time I'm going to drop the sauce and the pasta to complete low now, because I don't want it to overcook. At the same time, I'm going to take my eggplant and I'm just going to move it around a little bit. Put them on different sides of the pot here. Go ahead and give my sauce a little quick stir. Okay, the sauce is pretty much done, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. It's all heated up, ready to go. Don't poke your chicken too much, but you can always grab your thermometer and go ahead and see what temperature you're at. So right now I'm at 140, and I still got to make it to about 168, 170. I like my meat between 170, 175, somewhere in there. But if you poke your chicken too much, not only are you going to cause your chicken to get dry, but you cause all the juices to come out, which is also going to get your grease really popping in the pan. Okay, I'm not a fine dining restaurant, so I take my little plate here and I put some paper towels on it, because whenever I'm done with my eggplant and the chicken, I'm going to let it sit on the paper towel to absorb some of that grease. Because the eggplant should be just about done. I'm actually going to turn the eggplant up a little bit. They're nice and squishy on the inside. I'm going to go ahead and flip them over one more time. Make sure you're keeping track of where you start flipping from. That way everything gets flipped. You don't have one that's crunchier than the next. I'm going to turn it up a little bit. I do want this a little bit crunchier than this right here. I don't want them too soggy. And it's about time to flip that chicken one more time. Well, it'd be flipping it again, and then I'm going to leave it there for about 2-3 minutes, and then I'll flip it one more time after that for about 2 minutes. So go ahead and take your chicken, flip your chicken. Go ahead and move it around a little bit. The chicken for sure, because it uses a lot more breadcrumbs, it's going to start absorbing a lot of your grease. So the new one I put in, I'll maybe flip it as well. But these two here are my biggest ones, and these are the ones that you want to take your temperature from. You don't want to do your temperature here unless you're just worried about drying out your smaller ones. But roughly when these start getting at the temperature, then these are pretty much done, so then I would check the small ones. Make sure that you're not drying it out. Like I said, always periodically check on your noodles. My noodles are just about done. Looking really, really good here. It's almost time to start plating. I'm going to turn up the noodles just a little bit. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to check that chicken. So this one right here is the one I'm going to do this time. Sticking a thermometer in. So I'm at 167 right now. So again, I'll leave it another minute right here, and then I'm going to flip it. If I want to check the smaller one now, to make sure that it's not getting overcooked, go ahead and see. So I'm at 183 on the small one. So that small one needs to come out. That one's the newest one I put in, so it needs to cook a little longer. Then I'm going to go ahead and turn off the pasta and the eggplant, because the eggplant is done as well. So again, your eggplant, it's going to be a nice soft in the middle. That's how you know it's done. Looking really, really good. Looking really good. So again, pasta's done, sauce is done, eggplant is done. We're just waiting on a couple of chickens. Let's go ahead and grab this big one right here again. Stick it on in it. See where it is. Alright, so we're at 180 on that one too, so it's time for them to come off as well. So everything but this one out here is done. Take that off. Alright, plating your food is almost just as much as important as cooking your food. And it's not to make it look like a restaurant, it's just how certain things are done. So for instance, this dish here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with some pasta. We're going to put the pasta down first. So we're going to go ahead and put some pasta. So there's the pasta. Then you can throw a little bit of cheese, a little bit of your mozzarella. Go ahead and take 2 eggplant. And put your eggplant right there. Then take your piece of chicken. Well, you can, as the girls here like, they like extra mozzarella on theirs. So put mozzarella, then put your chicken, put some more mozzarella, put 2 more pieces of eggplant on top. Put a little bit more mozzarella on it. And now you're gonna finish it off with some sauce. So then we're gonna get some sauce and we're gonna pour that sauce right there over the top. Make sure you don't do too much sauce. And then once again, you're gonna put a little bit of mozzarella on top of that. And of course, don't forget your Parmesan cheese to go over the top. That's why it's called chicken Parmesan eggplant. Okay, so that is how you make chicken Parmesan eggplant in under 30 minutes. This video right now, I'm at literally 31 minutes. But also, by the time I'm done, it'll probably only be a 20-minute video for you all. But yeah, it took me only about 26 minutes to actually do this complete dish. So you can have something really, really nice without spending the buku money or having to go out to order, and you can make it your way however you want it to be. It is very simple, especially for people with a fast-paced life. I'm Thomas with Cooking with Thomas. Hopefully I see y'all again on the next video.